When you're out in the woods, it's not just the elements and species that you should be worried about, it's the forests themselves. For today we're going to be counting down the top 10 most haunted forests in the world. For this list we have gathered forests from around the world that are supposedly haunted. Before we move on, I have a little challenge for you that'll take just about 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal, leave us a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and you'll get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. So coming up first at number 10 is Deering Woods. Due to often reports of creepy owls and screams in the middle of the night, the Deering Woods are also known as the Screaming Woods. The forest is located in Pluckley, Kent, which is known as the most haunted village in the UK. But it's not just the yells that scare off visitors. Some have said that they have heard eerie whispers like you would see on the TV show Lost, as well as ghostly footsteps. A highwayman named Robert Dubois was killed there in the 1700s, so maybe it's him. The roads are well known and have been featured on a bunch of TV shows, including Ghost Hunters International and Top Gear. So coming up we have Pocomoke State Forest. This forest can be found in the state of Maryland, just 30 minutes away from the Atlantic Ocean in Pocomoke City. It has quite the rep in Maryland, and the locals warn that these woods should not be entered after the sun sets. Locals have said that they've heard the screams of women and babies crying. It is also home to some weird urban legends. They include the tales of monstrous fireballs and various stories of people going missing or winding up dead at random. One story begins with a couple that has their car run out of gas in the forest deep in the middle of the night. The guy stepped out to go get gas and the woman that he was with fell asleep. Despite scratching noises on the car roof, when she woke up she discovered her boyfriend hanging by his feet over the car. Number 8. The Island of the Dolls. So, for people who might find dolls creepy, you might want to look away right now. The Island of Dolls is located south of Mexico City in the thick woods and channels of Xochimilco, a deserted island littered with dolls. The place looks like a dumping ground from a bad horror movie, with hundreds of dolls strung up and hanging from trees. A lot of the dolls could be found on the island's cobwebs and infected buildings. However, most of the dolls are seen hanging from the tree branches. The origins of the dolls date back to the 1950s when the landowner Don Santana Barrera began hanging the dolls in the trees to fight off the evil spirits.
We don't blind the camera. Ready? Ready? No, I'm not ready for this. Oh! Whoa! Bro! Come here!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
In Mexican culture, there are a lot of legends and wise tales that the dolls people keep can trap the evil spirits and prevent them from harming folks. One known spirit was the story of the drowned girl, who Santana Barrera believed was haunting him personally and his land. I wouldn't mind if he hung up a doll for me right now. Number 7. Witchwood Forest. England's Witchwood Forest has a long documented history. Just located north of Witney, Oxfordshire, it's thought that the Witchwood area has been occupied by humans since around 3000 BC, and it was once believed to be part of an ancient network of Roman roads. It is believed that the forest is haunted by the ghost of Amy Robsart, the wife of the Earl of Essex, Robert Dudley. Amy died of some strange circumstances. According to hearsay, Dudley later encountered the ghost of Amy Robsart himself in the Witchwood Forest. He unexpectedly died just a few days later, and anyone who sees the spirit of Robsart in the Witchwood Forest will fall to the same fate. Number 6. Dow Hill of Corsayon. This forest is located approximately 25 kilometers from Darjeeling, India. This forest is home to beautiful tea plantations, orchid gardens, and thick trees. However, it is rumored that there are many evil paranormal entities. These include the ghost of a boy without a head, a mysterious red eye that peers out at visitors, and a lady ghost that is the color of gray paint. In this forest, there's also the Victoria Boys High School, a 100-year-old school that is believed to be haunted with the sounds of creepy footsteps and eerie whisperings. This area sounds super sketchy, and honestly, the boy without a head is probably one of the creepiest things I've ever heard. Number 5. Devil's Tramping Ground. When you have a name like Devil's Tramping Ground, you already know that the place is going to be seriously haunted. So for this one, it's not actually a forest itself, but it's a location within a forest that has a barren piece of land located in Bear Creek, North Carolina.
When I first investigated this site over 15 years ago and collected the data, I was theorizing that there was some natural cause that would have done that.
The Tramping Ground is a very popular destination, but it's thought by some to be the location where the devil appears from underground and plots his schemes and reign of terror onto the world. Hence the name, the Devil's Tramping Ground. Of course, the locals in the community have had more of their fair share of scary stories about the barren circle.
And he comes at night and walks in a circle and plans all sorts of meanness and mischief.
They say that dogs will whine and moan whenever they're even near the circle. Number 4. Hoja Bachu Forest. Located in western Romania, this forest is a popular destination for recreation and relaxation, as it has nice trails, biking, and even airsoft fields. However, it's also a huge tourist destination because of its link to the paranormal.
There's one well-known story about a young girl who got lost in these woods and disappeared, and then was found years later wandering out of the woods wearing the exact same clothes and looking the exact same age.
For those that are into this kind of stuff, it is also known as the Bermuda Triangle of Romania, since there is a history of bizarre occurrences that have been taking place at this forest. It was a popular spot for UFO activities in the late 60s and early 70s. These days, visitors have reported bone-chilling screams, ghosts, unexplainable rashes and burns on their skin, and intense anxiety while on the premises. Visitors also claim that they felt as if they were being watched the entire time that they were in the park. Many visitors said that they heard mysterious crying and creepy laughing, but could not see where it was coming from. The forest is even home to some weird shaped trees, which definitely doesn't help with those anxious thoughts and feelings. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them on your phone. Make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 3. Epping Forest. We are returning back to the UK once again for Epping Forest. This forest is located between Essex and the Greater London area. Unfortunately, the forest's proximity to urban London has turned it into a crime hotspot. Dozens of people have been killed in the forest over the years. Highwaymen ran wild back in the days. Locals know the forest as the burial ground for murder victims. Maybe it's this crazy violent history that has caused the stigma that the forest was haunted. Many locals and visitors reported weird noises and ghostly shadows over the years. And the ghost of highwayman Dick Turpin was allegedly spotted by the Most Haunted team during a live telecast. Now it's time to get to the nitty-gritty of what you really want to see. Number 2. The Black Forest. The Black Forest is more than a forest, it's an entire mountain range. Located in southwest Germany, due to its age and size, the Black Forest has become the subject of so many urban legends and fairy tales. These include crazy stories of supposed water nymphs, a gathering of Celtic ghosts in a local graveyard, and an ancient king who resides underwater and drags women into his watery grave. Some parts of the forest creepiness is due to the thick and dense fir trees. They cast a shadow on the ground which causes a permanent state of darkness. Number 1 is Freetown State Forest. Freetown State is over 5,000 acres that can be found in southeast Massachusetts. Despite its beauty, the forest has a long history of cult activity in the past. Such activities include animal sacrifice and ritualistic homicides.
I think the worst experience I've seen was the finding of the body of Mary Lou Arruda, who was 15 at the time, and she was abducted from her home, or right outside of her home almost, in Raynham. And this poor little girl was tied to a tree and almost decapitated.
The forest is part of a so-called Bridgewater Triangle, which is a 200 square mile area that is said to be home to a range of paranormal phenomenons. These include sightings of Bigfoot, UFOs, ghosts and goblins, and various Native American curses. There's even a giant species known as thunderbirds. It's a certifiable smorgasbord of crazy things going on there. So if that's your thing, then you need to add this place on your bucket list. Last but not least, be a pal and share this video, and we will be eternally grateful. And who knows, maybe we'll send you a freebie one of these days just for helping us out.